Hello, my name is Ryan Thomas, and I am the president of the Fort Worth Young Warriors. Welcome to our winter information video. This video will pertain lots of information about our winter basketball season. So, if you're planning on playing winter basketball with the Fort Worth Young Warriors, you probably need to watch this entire video. First and foremost, I do want to thank everyone who participated in our fall season, those who attended our skills training during the week, as well as those people who participated with our fall league teams. We also hosted our own fall league, and so thank you for everyone who participated in that. Um, Overall, I feel like it was a good experience. We tried to promote a fun, safe learning environment. Some days were better than other days, but I think overall, in general, I felt like it accomplished our goals, and I feel like something we will do next year. We'll tweak it a little bit just for every Saturday. For me, it was a lot. But thank you for all the staff. Thank you for the coaches. Thank you to everyone who participated. It was really, like I said, it went really well. This winter, we're not hosting a fall league or league. We will be playing in leagues, but we will not be hosting our own league. Um, as you may have seen via email, in regards to all the information, practices, games, all that stuff. It's information that will be provided once our registration deadline ends. Our registration deadline is Sunday, November 27th. That's when I'll get everything pretty much locked in. If we have some space available after the 27th, I may still take some registrations. But at the end of the day, I just want to get everything done, finalized, and starting practices. Depending on what team you're on, will determine where you practice. Practice will be either held at Genesis United Methodist Church in Fort Worth or CERA in Fort Worth. Your team will practice at least 90 minutes to 2 hours a week. Your practice may be weekly for 90 minutes, maybe weekly for 2 hours, or it may be bi-weekly for an hour. It just all depends on the team and that you're on. Pre-existing teams that are coming in from the fall, from the summer that's been playing, they always will have their normal practice times in place, and then we'll just fill in slots from there. I want to be cognizant that kids are still in school. I also want to be mindful of parents and their other responsibilities that they have. So we do want kids to practice, but we also have coaches who are volunteering their time. Therefore, it's hard for me to be like, hey, be in the gym 3 times a week. But as long as kids are learning and practicing an X amount of time, I feel like it would be a meaningful experience for them. In terms of games, it would be up to your coaches where you will play. There are a couple of winter leagues that we are looking at. One winter league will be held at North Crowley High School by our friends over at TYS, Texas Youth Sports. Those games starts in January. Another league we're familiar with, Minden Hoops Winter League, which is on CERA on Sundays. So the North Crowley League is a Saturday league, and the league at Sarah is a Sunday league. We've already have our girls teams booked for that league. All of their games will fall after 12 p.m. only because I know a lot of our families go to church on Sundays, and I don't want to have that kind of conflict where they can't make games or don't want to play this winter because they have games on Sunday. So no matter really where you play, there may be a chance of playing on Sundays. And so, like I said, if we do play on Sundays, I'll try to get it out later in the afternoon because I really want our families to have that time. I want to be mindful of that preference. Also, the North Crowley League, the games are Saturday only, but it's a little bit more on the high level side. There might be some younger teams that are recreational developmental, but the older you get, those teams are pretty good, pretty solid. Will be pretty good, pretty solid, and so pretty much more older groups, especially our older boys that are playing this season. That's where they will be. I want to put everyone in an environment where they're able to learn and grow, and I don't want them to be just not getting anything out of playing Winter League. One of our teams is playing at Game On. That's something they decided to do. That's just something that I personally don't really, care for a variety of reasons at this point. That's just what they decided to do beforehand. But these other leagues are more, against teams that they will face if they continue with our program in the spring, in the summer. And although we're a developmental program, our goal is to get kids playing at a high level. So they need to get exposed to a little bit high level competition the older they get. In terms of cost, we are changing how we do things. We will no longer be sending a monthly bill. Instead, a registration fee must be paid up front. Information on how to pay and where to pay will be sent to you after the registration deadline. So some point early next week, Monday or Tuesday, you should be receiving an email from me. You will be told where you'll be practicing. You'll be told who your coach is. You'll be told probably where your games will be for the winter. And then you'll be told about information about, where to pay. It is $150 for the entire season up front. So again, that covers practice fee, that covers your league registration fee. It does not cover your uniform. Uniforms will be available online. You may purchase from our website, but right now we're also looking at another option through Score Sports, which is our new uniform provider for the future. That information will be available to you once I receive it. But again, games don't start till January, so we have a little bit of time to worry about getting uniforms. Again, no payment is needed until after the registration. You will be contacted with that information. I know some of you guys have questions about where to submit payment, when to submit payment, and aforementioned, I will get you all the information after I get all the teams assigned. And that means when the registration is done, I'll see how many kids are registered. I'll put them all on a team with their assigned coaches, and then that's when the coaches will get the information about who's on their team, their contact information, and then you personally will receive an email from me saying, this is your team, this is how much it's going to cost to play, and this is where it's where to pay. This must be paid prior to your first practice. If this is not paid prior to the first practice, then if you want to check it out, unfortunately, we're pay to play kind of thing. So you may come and you're like, well, I don't want to do this, and and it's one of those things where you can check it out, but you just can't participate. But a lot of people have been in our program before, and they understand a lot of things about what they want out of a program, so that's one thing. But if you're new and you want to check it out, just first before doing anything, then you just contact me. But again, it must be paid before the first practice. At minimum, I'll probably let you go to the first practice. It must be paid before the second practice. So you probably have like a week, leeway before paying, before it's due, and able to participate. And any spots that are left vacated because of lack of payment, I will fill those with people who are probably on a waiting list. Communication will be performed not by me. It will be, once you get my intro email, it'll be up to your coaches to communicate with you the schedule. I will communicate with them where to find the schedule. I will register them for these tournaments or leagues that they're playing in, not tournaments. And then it will be up to them to communicate with you about the game schedule, et cetera, et cetera. I will not have that schedule offhand. If it's really, really emergency, you really need to know, I can probably get it. Most of these tournaments or leagues that we're playing in will have it available on the app. One league director, Minden Hall, will send me a schedule in advance that I can also send to the coaches. But the primary communicator, disseminator of information is going to be your head coach and not me. There may be things shared on our Facebook page, there may be things shared on our Instagram page, maybe things shared on our website, but overall, that information I won't have direct knowledge 100% of the time. Our website, like I said, will have a lot of information. It has a lot of information right now. If you go to our www.fortworthyoungerwarriors.org/links, click on our info sheet, has you all winter information. We also have a fee information sheet that gives you a cost breakdown. If any of you guys are like, man, that 150, it's a lot of money, you can look at it. Well, we still will provide financial assistance. We will still look to try to get people discounts. However, that 150, divide that, by 4. So you're paying, almost about 35, 40 bucks a month. So this covers, it covers basketball in December, covers basketball in January, it covers basketball February, so it's, because our season, most of these seasons run through February, and based on, what other leagues, what other, are trying to charge you guys. I know over at Game On, it's $200 a person to register. That does not include a uniform. It does not include practices. Our fee includes practices, not just one, but 2 hours worth of practices. It also includes games as well. And so it's one of those things where we're trying to provide a service for you guys at an economical rate, but we also want to operate, efficiently and not at a deficit. And it becomes increasingly more difficult for me to continually to send invoices to parents. So everything in the winter and moving forward, we're going to look to collect fees up front. Like I said, if you need help, reach out to me directly via my email, and we can work something out in terms of a payment plan, a discount, whatever you need. If you have multiple kids, I've true to my core. I don't ever want to cost anybody out. For me, it's all about the kids and letting kids play. So whatever I can do to help kids, I do have fundraisers. We do have sponsors. Shout out to Legacy, one of our sponsors right here. So we do have organizations out there that are looking to contribute to our organization, people out there who are continually to raise money. Shout out to my interns. And so we can't help you out the best that we can, but commitment does involve some deal of financial commitment from you as well. Like I said, if you have any questions, anything that's unturned, please go to our website. If it's not answered on our website first, on these info sheets, then you may send me an email. I'm looking forward to our winter season. We're going to have teams for boys and girls ages 6 through 13. We won't have any teams for anyone that's in high school, and there's not a market for that right now. A lot of kids, a lot of teams that have kids that age, they're not really competing in leagues because a lot of these kids are playing high school ball. And if your kid didn't make their team and they're in high school and they need skills training, please contact me as well, as we provide some one-on-one training with a couple of coaches that we have on staff. Anyway, again, thank you for joining me. I look forward to this winter season. Have a blessed day.